All right, gentlemen, we're here to settle this once and for all. What's the best Five Nights at Freddy's game?
Well, I'll tell you, Joe. I've played them all, and let me tell you, they're all bad. Some of the worst gameplay ever made.
Donald, come on, you can't seriously think that. Some of them are definitely good.
Barack's right. We need to put them in order from best to worst. Who wants to go first?
I'll start it off. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is A tier. It's classic, it's iconic, and it started it all. The first time playing this game was terrifying, as nothing really had that same atmosphere.
I can't argue with that. My first thought is to put it in S tier, since it was the birth of the series.
Sorry, but no way it belongs in S tier. Nevertheless, A tier. It was cool for the first 10 minutes, but then quickly gets boring and repetitive. I think it belongs around C tier.
It belongs in A tier, and I'm not budging.
Fine, just hurry up to the next one.
Moving on to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Donnie, what are your thoughts?
Well, personally, most of these games would be in C tier and lower, but I'll try to be generous. The second game expanded the gameplay by adding the puppet and the ability to hide. The new animatronics looked weird except for Chica. Oh, man. The giant hallway in front of you is scary, and the flashlight is your only tool to ward them off. Once your battery dies, you're out of luck. I'm putting it in C tier. It was way more annoying to survive than the first game because of the constant winding of the music box.
I agree. I didn't like the music box, but I did like the withered designs. They were dope, and Mangle was easily my favorite addition.
Mangle was definitely cool. All right, we'll put that at C tier. Moving on to the third game.
For me, the third one is the best. The new animatronic and the whole phantom element really added something fresh to the franchise.
Whoa, what? The third game is nowhere near the best. Afton isn't even in the building the first night.
Joe, as much as I love you and made you my VP, I'm going to have to keep it real with you. While the third game has a lot of lore, including the puppet, it is low-tier garbage.
Well, I vote S tier. The scenery change to Fazbear Frights and the change toward baiting the animatronic away was way more fun and interactive than just closing doors or flashing a light.
Did you enjoy having to reboot your system every 15 seconds or risk running out of oxygen? I'm putting it in D tier where it belongs.
Sorry, Joe, but this is going in D tier.
This is worse than the bite of 87.
All right, let's move along. What about the fourth one?
I actually enjoyed the fourth one quite a bit. It took the series in a new direction with the house setting, and the jump scares were top-notch.
I agree with Barack. The fourth one is definitely in the upper tier. The nightmare animatronics were the scariest designs in the entire series and raised the creepy factor to its highest.
Yeah, but I didn't enjoy having my eardrums blown out every time I got jump scared, since I had to raise my volume to hear them at the door.
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't hear them coming.
Probably because you're a senile old grandpa.
I enjoyed the plush trap minigame in between nights. It really helped reduce the feeling of repetitiveness.
The game really amps up once you have to deal with Nightmare, since he runs back and forth between the hallways to try and juke you. Unfortunately for him, I'm not old and decrepit like old Sleepy Joe here.
I heard you the first time, Orange Man.
Is that a Midnight Motorist reference?
No, it was just a coincidence. Anyways, let's talk about Sister Location.
Wait, we didn't rank the fourth game yet. Personally, I think it's better than the first game, but I didn't enjoy getting hearing loss.
Yeah, game sucks. D tier.
This game is better than the third, so it should be B tier.
I would have put it in A tier, but we can leave it in B. Next game is Sister Location.
I like the idea Sister Location added, such as different gameplay each night, voice acting, and comedic relief.
The ideas were nice, but was it good?
I remember being stuck on the mini-arena section until they lowered the difficulty in a patch.
The game felt like Scott made it as a lore dump for Afton and the fate of his children.
Yeah, the hidden camera room, the circus baby lore, and Mike getting scooped all relate to him. Overall, I'd put it in C tier.
C tier it is.
Agreed. Now to World.
Game was so garbage, Scott refunded everyone, removed it from the store, and then released it later when it was actually finished.
I didn't play it.
Same.
We can skip that one. Now then, thoughts on Pizzeria Simulator?
S tier. The tycoon animations and interviews were beyond dope. Running the pizzeria should have been the main game.
Of course, you like running crappy businesses.
Zip it, Joe. I bet you didn't even invite any animatronics into your building.
Of course I didn't. Why would I?
To make money, Joe. Though it makes sense you don't know anything about money, considering how you handled the economy.
Thanks for leaving it in shambles, then passing the blame on to me.
Guys, stay on topic.
S tier, final answer.
I really liked the tycoon part, so A tier.
I wasn't a fan of the vent gameplay, so A tier it is.
On to Ultimate Custom Night. I wasn't really interested in playing this one, but I know it has a lot of lore and voice acting, so I'll just leave it A tier.
Not a fan of choosing custom difficulties, but it was well made for what it is, which is a love letter to the series. I'm fine with A tier.
I'll give it a pity B tier so we can leave it in A.
Okay, guys, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is straight up S tier, no debate.
Yep, the game fits perfectly on VR and is the best way to play the series, hands down.
While the previous games were point and click, the jump to VR amps up the horror exponentially to be truly terrifying. I can't remember the last time I almost soiled myself.
Joe, you soil your diapers a lot. It's just that you forget things often.
Either way, this game is insanely scary and belongs in S tier.
Agreed. Anyways, next is special delivery.
F tier.
Finally, we're on the last game, Security Breach.
The first open world game set in an amazingly designed pizzaplex with roaming animatronics and Big Brother Freddy. This is easily A tier, but I can see why some would put it lower.
Come on, Barack, this game is a buggy mess, and you know it.
Yeah, but the charm and atmosphere makes up for it.
Exactly. I loved exploring the pizzaplex and finding all the Easter eggs.
Yeah, I love the part where the game bugs out and quits itself for me to save me time.
Come on, Donnie, you must have had some fun.
I had fun uninstalling that broken trash. It belongs in D tier.
B tier, no lower than that. It's the first ever 3D game in the franchise and has insane lore.
I have to go with S tier.
Fine, I'll give you B tier, but I don't think it deserves it.
And with that, we finish the tier list.
All right, boys, new game theory just dropped. I'll see you later.
Oh, heck yeah, later.
I hope Dream Theory was wrong.